One shot. That's all it took for the United States to level this game. And it still wasn't enough. Belgium 4, USA 1. The co-hosts' World Cup dream, the one built on home soil, home crowds, home advantage, is over. Here's how it fell apart. Seattle Stadium. Round of 16. The USA walking in with Folarin Balogun as the headline name to watch. Belgium walking in with a golden generation trying to prove it still had one more run left in it. This marked Belgium's fourth appearance in a World Cup quarterfinal, and the third time in the last 4 editions they've gotten there. Meanwhile, the US record at this exact stage of the tournament is grim. They'd now been eliminated in the round of 16 in 6 of their 7 all-time appearances at this stage, including 4 straight tournaments running. History wasn't just against them. It was circling. The early signs weren't good. Inside the first minute, Timothy Castagne nearly opened the scoring, denied only by a full-stretch save from Matt Fries. Belgium had arrived with intent. They didn't have to wait long. In the 9th minute, Nicolas Raskin pounced on a loose ball and slid a low cross into the 6-yard box, and Charles de Ketelaere did the simple part, tapping it home from close range. 1-0, Belgium. 9 minutes on the clock, and the USA already chasing the game. For a stretch, Belgium looked in total control. But their momentum took a hit when Amadou Onana had to be withdrawn with a knee injury, a forced change that, in one of those strange sporting twists, ended up mattering more than anyone expected. Because the man who came on to replace him was about to be involved in the equalizer. Minute 31. First shot of the entire match for the USA. Malik Tillman stands over a free kick, 25 yards out. He strikes it, and it deflects, off the head of Hans van Aken, the substitute who'd been on the pitch for all of a few minutes. The touch wrongfoots Thibaut Courtois completely. It's in. 1-1. Total silence turned to noise in Seattle. USA's first shot of the game, and it's an equalizer. If you're an American fan, for about 90 seconds, this looks like the start of something. It wasn't. 2 minutes later, 33rd minute, Belgium are back in front. De Ketelaere again, completing his brace with a tidy finish across goal. 1-2. That's the pattern that defines this whole match. Every time the USA finds a crack of light, Belgium closes it almost instantly. At the break, the underlying picture is brutal for the Americans. Belgium finished the half dominant in every metric that matters: shots, territory, quality of chances created. The US equalizer flattered them. 1 shot, 1 goal, and otherwise nothing. 57th minute. This is the moment the game really slips away. Matt Fries turns the ball over outside his own penalty area, a defensive error at the worst possible time, and Hans van Aken punishes it, scoring from 35 yards out. 1-3. The goal that started as a lucky deflection for USA now bookends a Belgian goal born from a USA mistake. Poetic, in the cruelest way. Here's the part that should really sting if you're USA. Belgium hadn't even needed their biggest names yet. Romelu Lukaku, Jeremy Doku, and Kevin De Bruyne all started this match on the bench, and Belgium were already 3-1 up before any of them had checked in. That's strength in depth most co-host nations dream of having. Belgium didn't just have a plan A. They had 2 more world-class plans sitting untouched on the sideline. Stoppage time. Lukaku, fully fresh, having only come on in the 67th minute, is simply too much for Chris Richards to handle, wrestling him off the ball following a poor defensive attempt to dribble out of trouble. 4-1. Game, set, match. Strip away the scoreline and look at the underlying performance, and it's arguably even worse for the Americans. Belgium racked up 2.15 expected goals from 15 shots. The USA managed just 0.67 expected goals from 7 attempts. That's not a close game that swung on a few moments, that's a comprehensive gap in quality. This match belonged to one man. Charles de Ketelaere became the first Belgian player on record to be directly involved in 3 goals in a single World Cup match, 2 goals and an assist. And there's a personal history here too. 3 of his 8 career goals for Belgium have now come against the USA specifically, making them the opponent he scored against the most. He's not just beating the USA. He's made a habit of it. Belgium becomes the 5th UEFA team to reach this year's World Cup quarterfinal, part of a pattern where European nations are once again supplying more than half the final 8 field, something that's only happened once in the previous 4 tournaments. They now turn to face Spain in the quarterfinals. For the United States, the tournament ends exactly where recent history said it might, the round of 16, at home, in front of a crowd that came expecting more. 1 shot. 1 goal. That's what the USA had to show for 90-plus minutes against a Belgian side that didn't even need its best players to be fresh. The co-hosts' World Cup is over. Belgium moves on to face Spain, and Charles de Ketelaere, for the 3rd time in his career, walks away having tortured the Americans.